Tonight, registration for spring classes begins for Troy University students.
Plus, Troy residents and students get a safer way to walk around town. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the worldwide campuses of Troy University, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello, welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for November 2nd, 2009. I'm Ivy Carter.
And I'm Jessica Bozeman. Thank you for joining us this evening. The city of Troy is working to make a busy street a safer place for students and the community. Meg Smith has the story.
Students and the community alike will have a safer place to walk in little over a month.
They are putting in a 6-foot sidewalk running from University Avenue down to 2nd Avenue and from 2nd Avenue to Corman Avenue on the west side of George Wallace.
The project has been in the works for some time.
We had requests from the community, and it was the mayor and the council that actually made the decision to apply for the grant.
The city of Troy had several things in mind when applying for a grant for over $200,000 to construct a sidewalk on George Wallace Drive. There's
been a big increase in foot traffic there, and we felt that was a needed project. There's a lot of students that walk. There's new apartments down George Wallace, going out almost to the bypass, so there's a lot of apartments in that area.
According to Lott, it was a good decision to put the sidewalk on George Wallace.
The feedback has been real good. The people in the neighborhood, like to walk, and this will give them a place to walk as well.
Lott says the project should be completed in little over a month. Meg Smith, TrojanVision News.
And as Lott said, the sidewalk extends down most of George Wallace Drive.
There may still be a few weeks left in this semester, but today students got a head start in preparing for the spring semester. Today marked the beginning of early spring registration on Troy's campus. Students were able to begin registering online for their spring classes by their classification on Trojan Web Express today. Registration will be open to all students at any time beginning tomorrow. Again, registration for all students begins tomorrow and will continue through this Friday.
A Chinese dance ensemble will give a free performance tomorrow night at Troy University's Davis Theater in Montgomery. The Ethnic Art Ensemble of Yuzhou University will perform traditional Chinese song and dance tomorrow night at 7 at the Davis Theater. The performance is sponsored by the Confucius Institute at Troy University, and it marks the award-winning ensemble's first performance in Alabama. The event is free and open to the public with seating on a first-come, first-served basis.
Today is not only the second day of November, but the second day of the Day of the Dead celebrations in Hispanic cultures. Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, is being honored by the Troy University Spanish Club. The group held a bake sale on the quad to celebrate and raise money. Traditions of Day of the Dead include building an altar in memory of those who have passed on and baking treats to share with family. One member explains what the day is all about.
What they do is they bake goods, and in Mexico and Central America, they take them to the graveyards and they pretty much just party and celebrate the lives that have passed.
The Day of the Dead has been celebrated for over 500 years when the Spanish conquistadors landed in Mexico and encountered natives performing a ritual that seemed to mock death.
And now taking a look at news from around the state, Jamie McMurray has pulled off a surprise win at Talladega. McMurray on Sunday won the race by leading 32 late laps and then finished the race under caution. The victory snapped an 86-race winless streak for McMurray. Points leader Jimmy Johnson finished 6th.
And next in state news, new data show that Alabama residents and companies paid less in taxes than people and businesses in any other state in the 2007 fiscal year. Figures from the United States Census Bureau showed Alabama had the third lowest average state and local tax collections per person as a percentage of personal income.
And last in state news, Alabama Governor Riley is leading a delegation of government leaders on an economic development trip to Columbia. Riley and his delegation leave today on the 3-day trip that will include meetings with business prospects, senior government officials, and President Alvaro Uribe.
And still to come on Trojan Vision Nightly News, the Battle of the Unbeaten Saturday night. Mickey Harris will have all the details about the highly anticipated conference matchup coming up in sports.
But first, the conflict in Afghanistan continues while the dispute at home continues without decision from President Obama. All that is next, so stay with us.
Afghanistan's election dispute is over. So is President Obama any closer to a new strategy in the war? I'm Joel Brown at the White House. It's coming up.
You're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Welcome back. President Hamid Karzai won another term in Afghanistan after his chief opponent dropped out of the race just before a runoff vote.
This clears up the election turmoil gripping the country, but there's still no word on just when President Obama will now announce this new strategy for the war there. Joel Brown reports from Washington. And now Mickey Harris joins us with sports. So Mickey, the football team had a big game Saturday night.
That's right. The Trojans went in undefeated as well as ULM was undefeated, correct?
Yes, correct. They did, but somebody had to lose. We're going to get into the game a little more right now. The Trojan football. Well, Ivy, Jessica, as you can see, the football team did maintain their undefeated record. The soccer team, hey, they made it to the conference tournament for the first time in a while. The volleyball team, they were doing good, but they hit a rough patch. But hopefully tomorrow they can, regain their home winning streak. They lost their only 2 home games of the week last weekend. But hopefully they can, pick it back up this weekend.
Definitely. Best of luck to the Trojan volleyball team tomorrow night as they play UAB.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Mickey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mickey. And coming up on Trojan Vision Nightly News, there may be good news for expectant moms worried about flu season. That story is next.
Plus, after a cool weekend and a cool start to the week, can we expect to see these conditions last throughout the week? Meg Smith will let you know coming up in weather.
You're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Welcome back. Catching the flu is on the minds of many Americans this time of year.
That's right, Jessica, but a new study on antibiotics and pregnancy may give some relief to expectant moms this flu season. Taylor Akita reports from Los Angeles.
And now Meg Smith joins us with weather. So Meg, it's really been a chilly weekend.
It definitely was. We had the big football game, and it really got cold over the night. So, we have another cold front moving through over the next few days. So let's take a look outside right now. Okay, I want to pull out those winter coats because you're going to need them for the night, for over the next few evenings. But it's going to be nice, clear days, wonderful fall weather for us to enjoy.
It's going to be a great week. Thanks, Meg.
Thank you, Meg. The Troy Dance Repertory Ensemble will make a return to the Claudia Crosby stage later this month. In today's Trojan Talk, Aaron Taylor learns about the performance.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk.
And that's all the time we have for Trojan Vision Nightly News. For all of us here at Trojan Vision, thanks for joining us.
And remember, to see our stories anytime, you can go to the university website at troy.edu, scroll down to the quick links, and click on Trojan Vision. Thanks and have a great night.